Okay, we're up to wave hands like clouds. That's what we started. Okay, so there's no need to go over the beginning. We've got the beginning. Sinking into that front leg, and there's that little closing move with the shoulders, the back's rounding. If I exaggerate it, but it shouldn't be like this, but see, that's exaggerating it. It's just a tiny little. And remember, the hips come to the front, but the shoulders face over here, as do the eyes. And in wave hands like clouds, you always look past the top hand, and the top hand looks past to infinity. I mean, the eyes follow the top hand. But they don't look at it, of course. They look past it, just out at a lateral level into infinity. So there's a time where there's no hand there, of course, there. But then the other hand comes up, and you're just looking past that hand like that. And again, it's the foot, heel and toe together. You mustn't in turning this foot, all the weight must go straight down onto that left heel like that. So then you can just pick that right foot straight up off the ground without having to first push your weight back. So if you find you're going like this, see, I've taken some weight off, which is what most people tend to do. I can't pick this foot up off the ground now, see? So I've got to first push the weight back and then pick it up, and pick it up, and that's incorrect. So that's why when you first go into this, sink all of your weight down into your left heel. So you've got all of the weight on the left heel, then you can just pick that foot straight up off the ground as you do the first hand movement. Now just before the hand gets there, like there's an angle there, it cuts the angle off, puts a curve on the angle like that. So your hands don't go like this. See, that's doing an oblong rectangular type of shape. You must make that, cut the corners off like that, so you're getting a rounded shape like that. So when you bring your foot back and for your first move, just when your hand, so you imagine that where your hand is, that's an imaginary angle, see? And down there as well, that's the bottom angle there. So you imagine that just before you get to the angle, that's when you start to turn, and that will cut that angle off, you see. And then you change your weight to your right leg, and your eyes follow your top hand. But remember, the hips might only turn like that much, if you're lucky. The shoulders turn the full 90 degrees there. And the weight is all on your right leg now, because you have to pick that leg up, heel and toe together. But I've done it incorrectly there. I've taken it over, and see, I've taken it to its full length. I should have imagined that angle, and I should have cut that angle off. So doing it in full flow. There it is there, see, I'm cutting that angle off like that, making it a circle rather than a square. And the bottom one too, it just doesn't come straight up, it actually comes out. So you have hands doing this, and this hand's doing this basically, like that. That's what you're doing. They're all circular. So as soon as you get here, and as soon as your hands start to move into that change, that's when you step with your left foot. But you don't move your body. See how the body hasn't moved. What most people tend to do here is they get to here, and they'll go, see, I've lost it totally. I haven't got anywhere to turn now. So when you get here and your hands start to change, oh, that's in-breath there. It's an in-breath on this side and an out-breath on this side. So that's an out-breath, out-breath, in-breath, out-breath. And there'll be an in-breath on this side. So it's in-breath on the right-hand side. So when you get there, and you must time it so that your hands have changed, so you wouldn't be doing it like this, for instance. See, the hands are still moving and the foot hasn't moved yet. Or you wouldn't do it like this and keep the foot moving. Everything must work in perfect harmony here. Boom. See, the hands have changed and they're starting to curve around the top again, and that's when your left foot places heel and toe together. And you carry it over, and just before you get there again, that's where you put this curve on the end of it, But this foot must come up heel and toe together, and this is the hardest point. If you don't get this right, then you're not doing wave hands like clouds. So you're coming across like this. Now, see, I start to move there just before it gets to the angle. Heel and toe together, boom, everything happens and starts and finishes, and then back the other way. And the same again. In breath. Out breath. In breath. Out breath, and so on. And once you get back to here, you've done 4 steps to the left, of course, and you're coming back to do another one. You don't do another one. This left hand simply comes straight up like this. It doesn't actually touch it as in the basic form. From here, just before you get to that curve again, there's 3 ways to hold your hand for single whip. I think I've covered this before. This is the basic way, like this. It's never like this. This is the basic way.